Behind Hollywood's golden glow, there were homes filled with silence, fear, and broken hearts. For every dazzling smile on the red carpet, there was a child asking, "Why wasn't I enough?" This is the hidden story of fame's forgotten children. The sons and daughters who grew up in the shadows of Hollywood's brightest lights. 1. Joan Crawford, Mommy Dearest. In the 1940s, Joan Crawford was the picture of perfection, elegant, adored, and untouchable.
Making fun of me?
But inside her Beverly Hills mansion, her daughter Christina lived in terror. There were no bedtime kisses, only rules and punishments. Crawford demanded obedience, scrubbing floors in gowns and raging over something as small as a wire hanger. Christina would later call her childhood a performance in fear. When Mommy Dearest came out in 1978, the world saw the truth. Hollywood's perfect mother had been her child's worst nightmare. 2. Bing Crosby, the voice of Christmas, the hand of fear. To the public, Bing Crosby was comfort itself, the man who sang White Christmas. But at home, his children described cold discipline and cruelty. His son Gary said Crosby enforced respect with belts and fists, and that showing emotion was treated as weakness.
Then maybe at the closing of your day.
2 of Bing's sons later took their own lives. The man who brought peace to millions couldn't bring warmth to his own home. 3. Judy Garland, a childhood stolen by fame. Before Judy Garland became a legend, she was just little Frances Gum, a girl with a big voice and a mother who saw dollar signs. Ethel Gum kept her daughter awake with pills, then calmed her with others. By 13, Judy was addicted, with her mother's permission. Judy later said, "My mother only loved me when I was working." Years later, Judy swore she'd never be like her mother. But when she became one herself, the cycle repeated. She loved her kids, Liza, Lorna, and Joey, but addiction and exhaustion made her unpredictable. When she was up, it was heaven, Liza Minnelli said. When she was down, the whole house went dark. Pain has a way of echoing through generations. 4. Henry Fonda, the absent hero on screen. Henry Fonda was the noble American father. Off-screen, he was silent, a wall his daughter Jane could never climb. She said he could talk about politics or art for hours, but never once asked how she felt. She spent her youth trying to earn his approval, but his distance froze her out. Only near the end of his life did he finally soften. But by then, decades of silence had already done their damage. 5. Ryan O'Neal, the golden boy who broke his daughter's heart. Ryan O'Neal was the charming star of the 1970s, handsome, confident, adored. But to his daughter Tatum, who won an Oscar at age 10 for Paper Moon, he was cruel and jealous. He mocked her fame, turned cold, and left her feeling unwanted. They tried to reconcile later, but some wounds never close. O'Neal proved that charm and cruelty can live in the same smile. 6. Joe Jackson, building legends through fear. Joe Jackson made the Jackson 5, trained Michael into a global icon, but at a terrible cost. He woke his sons in the middle of the night to rehearse until they collapsed. A missed note meant a beating. A wrong move brought insults. Michael said his father stood over him with a belt while he sang. Joe claimed it was discipline, but discipline without love becomes abuse. Even as adults, his children trembled when he called. Michael spent his life searching for the childhood fame had stolen. 7. Charlie Chaplin, the great dictator at home. To the world, he was a genius, the tramp who made millions laugh through their tears. But at home, the laughter stopped. His eldest son said, living with Chaplin felt like living with a ruler, not a father. He controlled every detail. What they read, how they spoke, who they saw. Some adored him, others feared him. All carried the weight of being raised by a man who belonged to the world, not to them. 8. Loretta Young and Clark Gable, the child who was a secret. In 1935, during the Call of the Wild, Loretta Young became pregnant by her co-star, Clark Gable. Both were married, a scandal that could end their careers. So she disappeared, secretly gave birth, and then adopted her own baby months later. Her daughter, Judy Lewis, grew up never knowing the truth, only sensing it through whispers and her father's unmistakable dimpled chin. "I was the secret that shouldn't have existed," she said. Hollywood turned a child's birth into a scandal to be erased. 9. Marvin Gaye Sr. When faith turned to murder. Marvin Gaye's voice could heal a soul, but the man who raised him destroyed him. Marvin Sr. was a preacher, strict, angry, and violent. He ruled his home through fear, mixing religion with rage. He beat his son and called his music sinful. In 1984, during an argument, Marvin Sr. shot his son dead, the day before his 45th birthday. The man who preached God's love had murdered his own child. 10. Lucille Ball, the queen of comedy, the tyrant of perfection. Lucille Ball built her empire on laughter, but at home, perfection came first. Her daughter, Lucy Arnaz, said she grew up walking on eggshells. Lucille demanded that every detail be flawless: shows, family, even love. She didn't scream often. Instead, she withdrew affection, which hurt even more. America adored her, but her children remember the woman who forgot to take off her mask when the cameras stopped rolling. 11. Errol Flynn, the rogue who mocked his own blood. Errol Flynn was the swashbuckling hero of the silver screen, a symbol of adventure and charm. But to his children, he was distant and cruel. His daughter said he mocked them for their looks and intelligence. If they cried, he laughed. His charisma, loved by millions, hid a deep emptiness that made him incapable of real affection. Flynn could duel villains on screen, but in real life, he ran from intimacy faster than anyone could chase him. 12. The modern cycle: cameras instead of care. We like to think Hollywood has changed, but scroll through social media and the patterns are the same. Parents chasing fame through their children, families turning birthdays into brand deals. Every smile curated for clicks. From reality TV dynasties to influencer families, the stage hasn't disappeared. It's just moved online. Fame still devours what matters most: innocence, safety, love. A child's tears don't trend as well as their smile.